and I am the Scrappy Wife behind scrappywife.com, and today I have an art journaling process for you. And I'm going to be working, this is my art journal that I started in the new year, and I've done many pages in it, and I'm working on a page that I had skipped because of bleed through. So I'm going to try to cover that up today. I had this experiment page over here, and then this page I have a process for on my channel that you can check out, but this page was the one in between that had some bleed through. So I'd like to try to cover that up and fill up this page as I continue to work on filling up this art journal. One of my goals for 2019 was to completely fill an art journal. As you can see, I still have a long way to go, but I haven't done so bad. Got some nice pages done, and I've been having a great time. So I will put you on fast forward. I'm planning on using some acrylic paint and kind of just going from there. All right, let's see what happens. All right, I'm gonna get started over here in the corner. I am using the coral color, and I'm adding a little bit of land right here in the bottom left corner. I'm gonna work with an ocean scene. This is gonna be my land. I'm gonna start with the coral and then add some creamsicle over the top for some texture and depth. I know this handmade modern acrylic paint is kind of a fad. A lot of crafters are loving it. I really like using it. I think the little pots of paint are super cute. I love the array of colors that it comes in, and they're pretty affordable too. So I love this line of paint and I use them all the time. What I would love to know is, what brushes do you all use with your acrylic paints? I used to just use the cheapo brushes from Michaels. I mean, I'm not a big artist, so I don't really mind. I don't think there's a difference too much for me, except that I started using nicer watercolor brushes. And when I bought nicer watercolor brushes, I could immediately tell a difference, which made me think perhaps there's a difference with the acrylic paint brushes. So I actually bought some new ones just a few weeks ago when they were on super sale at Michaels, and they are the Zen brand. And I can't so much tell a difference, and maybe these aren't really actual nice acrylic paint brushes. I like how they feel in my hand. I like the round barrel of them, but I'm not sure that the brushes are a whole lot different. So let me know in the comments if you have an acrylic paint brush that you really like, what the brand is, and if you think that there's a difference between the nicer brands, the more expensive brands, and the cheapo ones, and what you think that difference is. I'd love to know. You'll see me here, I'm layering on a lot of different colors, and actually I'm letting it kind of be thick. I like how this particular paint will dry with some texture, some substance to it. It's not super thin, and so as I'm laying it on here thick, I kind of like the, I don't know, the grittiness, the feel that it's giving me. However, some of that darker bright teal is a little dark for me. So you'll see me start to break it up bit by bit as I add in some more colors. And now I'm going to work on adding a sun for a sunset. Acrylic paint turns out to be a great way to cover up bleed through that you don't want seen. I wasn't exactly sure. Those are alcohol markers that are bleeding through from the other side, and I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to cover it up. But acrylic paint worked really well. Some of the lighter colors, like that first layer of aqua shimmer in the ocean, didn't quite do the job, but as I layered over the top, it covered relatively easily, and so I was still able to get use out of this art journal page even with the bleed through. I start to paint in the sky, and I'm using a satin cornflower color. I'm loving this blue color. I didn't know I liked cornflower so much, but I think it looks so cool against that creamsicle sun. And I debate for a long time on this page. You'll see I fill in this whole sky and it is just one color. There's no texture on the sky. And I kind of go back and forth. Should I add clouds? Should I do some stars? What should I do? And I end up leaving it just like this. I add a little something at the end, but I think it's kind of a cool contrast between all the texture that you can see in the ocean below and then just the crystal clear sky without a cloud in the sky. I think it ends up being kind of a neat look, but let me know, would you have added something to the sky, some more interest, or do you like it kept simple? And I come back here with a robin's egg blue, and I decide I want a more defined horizon line. So first I do a thin line of the robin's egg, and then you'll see me come back later to add white on top of it. And I want it to be a very crisp horizon line. I don't know if you've been to the ocean and seen on one of those clear days, it's a super defined line when you can just see out forever. And I love that look, and I love the exact line between the sky and the ocean, so I wanted to make that really clear in my page. I'm coming back with the white at this point, adding a little more foam to all the water that's on the shore, and then I'm going to use it to break up some of those darker teal spots that you can see in the ocean. I'm really pleased with how that shore came out and with the texture that's going on in the ocean water. I am an unapologetic glitter lover, so I'm coming in here with a glitter pen in gold and adding texture as sand in this land part. And you see I put down a lot of the dots of the pen, and then I come back with my hand to kind of smooth it out so it's not rough dots. It kind of looks like a cool texture. And then I'm going to come back later and end up adding more over the top. I also take that same gold glitter pen and add a shine to the edges of my sun, outlining it and bringing a nice little shimmer up top. Next, I take the same kind of glitter pen, but this time in blue, and add a few swoops of blue. Swoops, is that a word? Little lines of blue throughout my ocean. Again, more texture, more texture, more texture. In the end, this ended up being a pretty simple page. I toyed with the idea of adding these Jane Davenport journal tattoos, but you'll see I end up changing my mind and taking them off. I am penciling in the title, which is going to be "The Sun Will Rise and We Will Try Again." And I loved the simplicity of this page. A lot of times in my art journal, I throw all the techniques in there and use all of the supplies. And this one ended up being much simpler, which was kind of a nice break, a nice breath of fresh air, just to pull out some acrylics and paint a simple scene. After I finished with the quote up top, I'm going to pull out that gold glitter pen again and add even more texture. And you will see me pull out a Spectrum Noir clear glitter marker. And I'm going to use that over the top of the cornflower blue in the sky. Swipe it over the whole thing to give the sky even more of a shimmer. It's a very light shimmer. It's not as much as the glitter marker is, but it's going to give it a nice feel over the top. I decided to very carefully outline my sun and the horizon line just to make them more defined and stand out a little bit more. This was super nerve-wracking. I am not great at tracing lines, and I was really nervous that I was going to get off track, but it worked out in the end, and I like the crisp line that it provided. Here's where you'll see me grab that Spectrum Noir clear glitter marker, and I'm going to just swipe it over all of the blue just as a thin layer of paint. It does give it a shimmer. It's hard to see on camera because it's very subtle, but I like it. I like how it sets the sky apart, gives it a little bit more interest without going crazy up there. And that's it. Entry done. It's a nice simple entry, a nice little creative break, and I really enjoyed making it. If you enjoyed watching this process video, please give it a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button. I hope you have a great day, and as always, keep it creative.